Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Color X Malice, and we are starting, we're starting Sadaishi's route today, and I'm so excited. I kind of almost wish we could, we're going to do the comment, because we don't need to do the prologue, so we'll skip through. I just so fucking excited for this. I am so excited to find out what this Crazy Pants McCrazy Pants is hiding. I need this in my life so bad. I want to be like, it does make me sad because it means we're almost to the end of the game, but it's going to be like a month because like each of their parts is like, what, 10 or 11 parts? I mean, their parts are pretty long because you have to read through most of the chapters. The common chapter right now is the only one that we really don't. We skip through, but once we get into chapter 1, you know, and then there's like, whatever, what are there, like 8 chapters? I don't know. 6? I can't remember. Too many games. I can't remember how many has what chapters, but you know, so it's all like new stuff. So, and I feel like this one, we're not supposed to report it, obviously, because that's a bad ending and we don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm so excited for his craziness. He's only got 3 bad endings. Well, 5 bad endings, but only 3 of them you can do while you're in his path. Like we normally do, we branch off, we do the bad ending, we come back. There's only, so like, it's funny because Okazaki is the only one that you can do all the bad endings. Oh, look at you, you crazy goddamn motherfucker. I love you. You can do all the bad endings in the path and you end on the good and that's it. Every other one, there's several where you have to go back into the thing, choose the chapter and do it. You can't do it otherwise. Anyway, we were supposed to speak honestly. And to be honest, when we first met earlier, my first impression was that you were a very strange man. Wow, you're saying that to my face. You must be some big shot, eh? What? I didn't mean it like that. I thought that your tie pin and hairstyle were very unusual for a supervisor. Oh, this? Well, I may not look like it, but I'm a big cat fan. I may not look like it, but I'm a big cat fan. What part of you doesn't look like it? They're so carefree, unlike dogs. Don't you love their directness? I think I know what you mean. Whenever I see stray cats, I always end up trying to play with them. Some of them just run— oh, that's me. Some of them just run away from me and scamper off. Yeah, exactly. I've even gotten scratched by a couple. But I just can't bring myself to hate them. I've tried raising them as pets, but I was too busy to take good care of them. I guess I'll just have to quit my job. He loves cats that much? It's a little surprising. Oh my god. Why do we always like the crazy cat guys? I don't know. I had to choose. I'd say you're more cat than dog. If I had to choose, I'm assuming. You just directly say what you feel without caring at all how I react. No, actually, I was saying, keep that up. You should feel free to say whatever springs to your mind. So don't hold back. You can be totally free with me. No need for formality and titles. This is what gets us in his path, I'm sure. I don't think that's... Really? Well, I wouldn't mind at all if you spoke to me that way. Think about it. Look how fucking sexy he is. Why are you so... God. Right. He was so assertive I couldn't even speak. Anyway, I doubt we'll ever be on such familiar terms. Many thoughts raced in my head as I strolled along behind Saraishi. Okay. I doubt we'll ever be on familiar terms. No, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because in every other time you don't normally have that option, where you had to do at least one path, I think, before his unlocked, but, but you never had that option. And whenever you did, if that's available, it always said, lie to him. Because that, speak honestly, is what puts you in Sadaishi's path, depending on, I guess, what your other answers are. So, like, you know, you have that one choice with Sasazuka, you have one choice with Enomoto, and you have one choice with Okazaki. And actually, the weird thing is, in a way, you don't have all those choices. Because I'm pretty sure with Okazaki, you always say is working for the SP hard. Because if you choose the other thing, it's a bad path, right? So it's weird. Oh, I get it. I get what it's probably doing. So when you choose the other option, because that was what I thought was weird when we did Okazaki's path. Like we were choosing this, but if we choose the opposite, it's giving you a bad ending. So how does it know? Because if you chose, there's probably something coded in the system. If you chose the right answer with Sasazuka, the right answer with Enomoto, and the right answer with Okazaki, it's gonna there's got to be something that says we're gonna put you down this person's path. You know what I'm saying? Because you only get one option for each one of them to decide whose path you're on. If you choose all the wrong answers except for one, whoever right answer you choose, that's the path you're on. Okazaki's, you're always choosing the right answer. So if you choose all the wrong answers, you're on Okazaki's route. But I wonder if that's the only way to get down Okazaki's path is choose all the wrong answers to get down his. It's weird. That's really odd that it's so much easier to get down his than anybody else's, because if you choose the wrong answer for him, you end up dead, right? That was one of the bad endings, the common bad endings. So it's really weird. Like, I guess I'm like trying to work through this while I'm speaking, but I'm also thinking, like, so when this one that's coming up, right? Do you suspect me? That's the right answer for Sasazuka, right? You don't care if I die. That's the wrong answer for Sasazuka. So if you said, we spoke honestly with Saraishi, we do you suspect me? And then with Enomoto, we say, I forget what the other answer is, but we do the right answer. I wonder what would happen. Because we'd be choosing all the right answers. Who does it decide when you choose all the right answers? What's the thing? You know? Okay, if you choose all the right answers, you know, you go down this path. Or what's the hierarchy? That's what I want to know, because I feel like the hierarchy would be this is kind of the way the paths should go. Whoever's path that puts you down first. I almost want to go through and choose all the right answers for all of them and be like, now that we've got all four, which one does it force us down? Which is the one, if you choose the right answer for every single one of them, all four of them, right? Because at this point we have four options. Whose path does it put you down? Obviously, when you first go down it, you don't have Sadaishi's. So let's just say you lied at. Okay, so the first three. You chose the right answer for all three of them. I mean, honestly, you choose the right answer for Okazaki, so it's obviously not Okazaki. So he shouldn't be the first path you go down. Because even though the guide that I'm following recommended doing him first because, you know, blah, 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 timeline of the cases. But I feel like the way we've done this is way better. Enomoto first, Sasazuka, then Okazaki. Definitely Enomoto first. I definitely agree with that. I know I've seen other people who recommended that first. And then I think they've, like, Okazaki and Sasazuka, you could switch around. But I like the way we did it, because I definitely feel like there was too much. I don't know. I feel like if we had done, I don't know. What did we find out with Okazaki that would have been too spoilery? I don't think we really had anything too spoilery. So again, if we say I want to trust you, like I'm really confused. I'm really curious as to between Enomoto and Sasazuka, who would it put us down first if we chose right answers? I have a feeling, just based on what we've played, that the game should probably, or maybe it's like a tie. If you choose both of them, it's just random. It's like a random thing. Who knows? I would think that there should be coding behind the scenes. Like if you choose both of these answers or you choose all three, then you're going down this. You know what I mean? Because to me, I would feel like, obviously with Okazaki, you're always choosing the right answer. So his is not weighted. It's kind of like if you choose all the wrong answers with everyone else, then you're going down Okazaki's route. But if you choose anyone else's right answer, and Okazaki. I mean, obviously, because you have to choose Okazaki's, right? So, like, we chose Shiraishi, and we're choosing Okazaki's right answers. What's going to put us down Shiraishi's path? Because Okazaki, we always choose the right. If you choose Sasazuka and Okazaki, you always get Sasazuka, etc. So, right? Because what are you trying to protect gave us a bad ending, which was weird down his path. I want to go back for a second. Let me go back. I want to check that because it just seemed weird to me. Okay, that's... No, we got to go back. Oh, no, Okazaki. Okay, hold on. Next. We reviewed them all. That's enough for now. Okay. Let's scroll back down. Where were we? Continue. Oh, we're supposed to go to forensics. Forensics. Okay. This is where we meet What's-Her-Face, and then we get our... Okay. Yeah, save one. We're supposed to save. What are you trying to protect? No! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh! No! Is working for the SP hard gets you a bad end? But yet in Sadaishi's path, it doesn't do anything. That is fucking weird. I'm really curious why that is now. So in Okazaki's route, if you choose is working for the SP hard, well, see, I figured that was the one that we've always answered, because why would it be telling me in Sadaishi's path to choose that? Because that should be the bad answer and get you a bad thing. But the difference is you lie to Sadaishi, right? Or you just, if you don't have the option, you automatically lie to him. You know what I mean? So the first time you play the game, you automatically lie to Saraishi because you don't have the option to go down this path. So you don't have to lie to him or be honest with him, right? So if you have the option and you lie to him, or you don't choose that because that's the automatic response, then when you choose is working for the SP hard, that gets you a bad ending. But if you choose, what are you trying to protect? That's the good answer for Okazaki. So, but in the other paths, I'm just so confused by this. I know we should be continuing, but no. Wait a minute. How does it know? Oh, okay. No. All right, okay. So, here's what's confusing. If you're in Edamoto and you lie to Sadaishi and you say, or he's working for the SP, how does oh my God. Okay, so if you chose, I guess that's what it is. To get down Okazaki's path, it is everyone else. You have to choose everyone's wrong answer and Okazaki's right answer. Just like you have to choose everybody's wrong answer and Emoto's right answer. And there's probably a weighted between, if you choose this person and this person, then you go down this path or like whatever, if you choose multiple right. If you choose every single one of them the wrong answer, that's when you get the bad ending, because you lied to Sadaishi, or you don't have that option. You don't care if I die to Takeru is the wrong answer. And Emoto's is, I understand. And Okazaki's is working for the SP hard. That's the wrong answer. And that's what it is. Because when you're going down Okazaki's and you choose is working for the SP hard, it puts you down a bad path because you've chosen lie to him. You don't care if I die, and I understand. So then you choose Okazaki's wrong. You've chosen everybody's wrong. I figured it out. Okay, I know I'm stupid and I should have fucking figured that out. But it's just so weird because I'm like, why do you get a bad ending when you say is working for the SP hard, but you don't get it in everybody else's route because of okay, I'm sorry. I know. Everyone else has probably figured that out and been like, oh my God, Spacey, you're a fucking moron. But it's just been driving me, I'm like, how? Wait, what? Because in most games, if you choose the wrong answer, okay, you've got A and, report it, don't report it. Report it, we're dead. Doesn't matter what you choose. I mean, that's the first choice you get. If I report it, I'm dead, right? It doesn't matter. So that's my brain is like, is working for the SP hard? Should always be a bad answer. But wait, why is it? Because you've chosen all the wrong answers up until then. Okay, anyway. I think there's a leak in the PlayStation. All this time, and there's still no sign the X-Day incidents will be solved any day soon. So we're definitely in Sodaishi's path because we've never had that before. It was a complex case, but even still, there must be other reasons the investigation had stalled. It's an interesting way that the game stops you and is like, you done fucked up because you gave everything wrong. Cool. Interesting. Like, say there being a mole. I heard the brass have been muttering about it, even if it's muttering about it. It's even possible the spy was in the precinct. Heck, I'm even sorta a spy, involuntarily. And keeping in mind that Sakuragawa could be the very mole, I chose my words carefully. Since being assigned to the special district, I've listened to the voices of the citizens. What the people want is a peaceful, normal life. Adonis threatens that peace. Oh my god, Sadaishi isn't the mole, is he? Because I will die. We can't. Plus, that would ruin... What would we fucking be doing in Yamazaki? We'd be like, but he's the bad guy! We can't. I believe that the methods we've been using up to this point will not solve the case fast enough. And that's why you want to cooperate with Yanagi's independent investigation? Though he's a former officer, I'm aware that sharing classified info with him is illegal. However, in light of the situation, I'd like to be on the group not bound by the Force's rules. But when I decided to cooperate with him, I did so knowing that I may be fired. I accept that. Huh. So you did what you did after actually putting some thought into it first. Sakuragawa gave me a glance before letting her shoulders dip in a small sigh. I was ready to give you the third degree for diving headfirst into an unknown situation half-cocked, but I guess you aren't, really. I made a promise with Sasazuka myself, you know. I'll look after you as best I can. Thank you so much. Getting her approval so easily was a relief. Oh, by way of thanks, I know this really great barbecue place. I'll treat you to dinner there sometime. Oh, really? Now you're talking my language. Give me your contact info. Sure thing. We traded contact information and I parted ways with Sakuragawa for now. But given I'm investigating the department too, I couldn't go into too many details with her. The forensics examines evidence, but they could also fake or destroy it, right? Of course, that sort of thing wasn't limited to just forensics. If there is an Adonis sympathizer here in the precinct, then, and there is, all of the info, all info on the investigation would flow right to them. It'd be easy to stay one step ahead. Of course, it's possible others have been collared and are being used like me. Knowing that, everyone suddenly looks suspicious. But the most suspicious of all is... Oh! This is gonna be good. I am enjoying this already. Because it's Sadaishi's route, so I'm enjoying it for that. But also because she's like, he's the most suspicious, and she's going to investigate him and fall in love with him. I hope he's not a bad guy, because that would suck. And it would ruin Yanagi's route. Like, how the fuck would that work? Unless Yanagi is fucking zero or something ridiculous. Ooh. They could all be. Somehow, the first letter, the one that said you would die, was slipped into some case files that I was handling. And the second letter you just saw was left on the table in this office after we found you at Shinjuku Garden. Sadaishi is both an officer and part of the office group. He could easily plant both letters. And given that he's in the crime lab, he could tamper with evidence all he wanted. Then there's his reaction to my collar. It was like he found my situation funny. He's just crazy. I don't really think he's evil. I think he's just crazy. Investigating him first seemed the best idea. Although I had absolutely no idea how I was supposed to interrogate someone like him. Maybe I'll hit it up with Mukai first. She was in the same department and seemed like a much easier target than the man himself. Okay, I have a plan. After I finish on my work, I'll go talk to Mukai. Ugh, look at how devious he looks in his thing. God, he's fucking pretty. I love him. Oh, I'm so excited about this. It's going to be like the best week of my life recording this. The minute I got back to my desk, Mochida called me over. Where the heck have you been? I've been calling you. Oh, sorry. Did something happen? Yeah, threatening video got emailed to Shinjuku Station staff. Then, Apparently, a whole place is now under a gag order until the connection to X-Day can be found. No, I heard they did pin down the location. Man's body was found, shot to death. Oh. Special District was tapped to help out, but they sent a different unit. The two of us are on phone duty to handle inquiries. Oh, so we don't go to the thing like we did in all the other ones, huh? Okay. All the other ones we went, but that's also because we need to be at the precinct for Spacey, so. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I grabbed it and looked at the screen to see who it was from. Sasazuka. Stop by the office on your way home. Sasazuka. The timing of this text led me to believe that it was in regard to the same case. All right, I'll head there right after work. I shot him a reply and took a deep breath. After that, I was overwhelmed by a relentless storm of phone calls regarding the case. Since it occurred in a residential district, there was apparently a horde of rubberneckers. So many people called asking what had happened that the next time I looked up, it was night. Hoshino, looks like the calls are finally letting up. Why don't you call it a night? All right, thank you. Gathering my things together, I stepped out into the hallway towards forensics. I bet they have to be busy too. What with the new incident today? Because it was so busy, I worried that Mukai wouldn't have time to talk with me. I didn't want to talk with Saraishi around, but I also didn't want to drag her off anywhere. Why are we going to forensics? We went to forensics to meet... Did I click the wrong thing? I didn't have my guide out. I was like looking at the things, but anyway. In all honesty, I'd just be happy not to bump into Saraishi. We're going to bump into him. Thinking back on how amused he seemed about my situation depressed me for a moment. If he sees me, he'll probably tease me again. Feeling slightly apprehensive, I came to a stop in front of the door to the crime lab. I gave the door a quick rap, praying that it would be Mukai who came to answer it. Huh? I'd been prepared for the worst, but the seconds dragged on and no one came out. Isn't anyone in? Wondering if maybe they hadn't heard me, I raised my hand to knock again. Nope, nuh-uh, totally wrong. You're way too narrow-minded about this, Mukai. I am not! I thoroughly examined the materials we have and have produced a perfectly logical theory. Then what about this instance? Throw this into the mix and your theory doesn't pan out so well anymore, does it? Run, Spacey, run. Well, that's Saraishi and Mukai, right? It sounds like they're in the middle of something. I come this far. I wanted to at least probe the situation and see what I could dig up. Quietly opening the door crack, I peeked at the faces inside. See, there are a handful of commonalities between criminals prone to serial murders, like the X-Day incidents. A significant number of them experience some variety of critical failure and, plunged into despair, resort to a criminal act. Projecting their problems onto others, they invent an outside enemy for validation. Then, feeling that they're justified, they don't hesitate to use force to kill that enemy. The public's reaction brings them catharsis, and you'll see many commit suicide after. If caught, most will request the death penalty. To them, living is far worse. It's disturbing noses. I love it when he looks like that. Thus, Adonis will likely attempt to reform this corrupt country, no matter what they feel they must sacrifice to do so. If they're a group acting in concert, there must be someone acting as a leader. This leader will have no hang-ups whatsoever about their actions. And that's what allows them to kill so easily. They believe their actions are justice, not crime. The quintessential mass murderer, I see. He spoke firmly, brooking no interruption. This man debating criminal psychology was totally different than the one who teased me. That they announce countdowns and draw public attention to their crimes is a definite sign of their belief in the justice of their acts. For this country, at least, premeditated murder on this scale is nearly unheard of. It's going to be kind of fucked up when we go to the very end after we've done all the voices and we listen to the actual voice acting. It's going to be like my voices are going to suck in the comparison. That's why we don't normally do it. Because then it's like, oh, I ruined it, and like I can't but anyway. True, Japan's laws make weapons tough to acquire, And terrorist attacks are very uncommon here. Right. Japanese people have a reputation for being law-abiding, decent people. But those perceptions are currently being turned upside down. After all, the government even mandated that the citizenry arm themselves to stand against violent crime. I had honestly suspected Saraishi of being Adonis's mole, but if he was a spy for them, he wouldn't be analyzing their actions that coldly. Thinking about it, those two letters were odd. Why not just leave both of them at the office? There was no logical benefit for Saraishi to plant one on himself, inviting suspicion. Maybe that's why. Maybe instead the real mole planted it on him to direct our suspicions at him. It's Mukai. That seemed like the more reasonable theory. Then it's possible the mole is someone with a grudge against Saraishi. Anyways, how long do you plan on standing out there like that? Huh? He knows. Peace knows. Like, only now did I notice that he was staring directly at me. I'm sorry. I did knock, but no one answered. Oh, did you? Then I'm sure it must have been drowned out by the director shouting. What? Me? Nah, you were the one shouting. You were just going on and on about your theory. Don't you try to blame me for this. This is why you're such a... Great. They're starting to argue again. Maybe this is a good time to ask him. It seemed a little easier to do that now, especially since listening to what Saraishi had said made me suspect him a little less. And now the question was, do I do some serious digging, or do I pretend I was just passing by? I doubt you just came here on a whim. What reason did you have to see us? The easy answer is that you're looking for info on the X-Day related incident today. But... God, you're so pretty. What? When I spoke up a second ago, your attention went to Mukai. So your business is likely with her, not me. If you're here for info, talking with me is faster. That means you're trying to tell her something you can't tell me. I love that. He's like, aha! Why does it look like he's prying his eye open? That's creepy. Like, say, how you suspect I'm a mole? Your shoulder twitched. Did I hit the bullseye? I'd be like, I don't actually think you're a mole anymore. All my momentum gone, I stood there like an idiot. Sadaishi's smile only grew wider. You know, you really are stupidly honest, almost naive. You'd be such an easy mark to con. Which is probably why we're going to end up sleeping with you. Me, it's because I think you're gorgeous and crazy, and I love the gorgeous crazy ones. A little bit of crazy, and you're also a little bit of an asshole. You're the crazy asshole. That's a new one. Sasuzuka's like the grumpy asshole. So that's why we like it. And Sadaishi's the crazy asshole. So I always like the asshole characters, the ones that are kind of dicks to us at first. I don't know why. I don't really like people like that in real life, but damn. Anyway. Oh, wait. Have you maybe been conned in the past before? Did I just rub salt in an old wound? She's like, you were so nice. Look at how fucking pretty he is. God, look at those eyes. Yeah, I did see this coming. But still, Sadaishi probably sees me as nothing more than a particularly fun toy to play with. I mean, is it a Friday night? Because maybe I'm okay with that for right now. I was just kicking myself for being dumb when Mukai interrupted us. Director, that's not how you treat a woman. Now look at what you've done. Your complete lack of tact has offended poor Miss Hoshino. But, really? Miss Hoshino, as you can see, the director suffers from an astonishing lack of social skills. And no one would blame you if you felt the urge to bash him over the head with a blunt object. But bash him over the head? For a second I thought she was making a joke, but there wasn't a trace of humor in her eyes. Man, I don't think there's anyone in the world who wants to kill me as bad as you do, Mukai. Thank you, sir. Wait, that was a compliment? He was technically her superior. Could you really get away with saying that stuff? I looked between the two of them, confused. Confusedly. Confusedly? I don't think confusedly is a word. Don't worry. We're usually like this. And don't let me in with you. It's disgusting. Ow! Now that's cruel, Mukai. I was the one who scouted you in the first place, you know. That's an entirely different matter. What do you mean scouted her? Hmm? When I dropped by Shinjuku Station once, a colleague recommended her to me. She may not look it, but she's pretty smart. Heck, she'd be perfect if she wasn't such a shrew. Director, the may not look it and shrew bits were entirely unnecessary. Huh? Why? Are you trying to pretend you're nice? Don't bother. You're terrible at acting. Are you picking a fight with me? Because I'll gladly take you up on it. This tome right here looks lovely for bludgeoning someone to death. If we weren't gonna bone him, I'd be like shipping this because I love their like crazy outburst. Except for the fact that she hates him with the passion of 1,000 fiery suns, and this is amazing. I kind of love her. Like, she's fucking nutter butters. She's a little crazy, and if she like fucking was an Adonis and she's the mole, I would be like not surprised because she works with Saraishi and she's probably like, I want to kill him so bad. Like, she's got some issues, but I like her. Mukai quickly lifted a huge hardbound book. Huh, she can't be serious. I can't believe I'm gonna have to save his life. I looked over at Mukai. Once again, her eyes had no sign of frivolity. Mukai, I think Saraishi was trying to say you're skilled and he trusts your ability. It's like, no. Oh, trust has nothing to do with it. She was the only one who seemed remotely useful. Ugh, I'm trying to help. Don't sabotage me. I tried to convey that to Saraishi with a look, but it didn't seem to register. I'm sorry. I let my temper get the better of me. I apologize for my inappropriate behavior, Miss Hoshino. But apparently it was still good enough to get Mukai to calm down. I inwardly breathed a sigh of relief when she put the giant book back down. Oh, well, I guess it's kind of obvious, but Mukai hates my guts. I must say that you probably earned it. Yes, Miss Hoshino, he most certainly has. At heart, I'm a mild-mannered person, you know? I don't know, we've seen you quite often and you just get really, really fucking angry, but it could be Sadaishi's fault totally, I'm not sure. Huh, mild-mannered. You? That's one hell of a joke. I don't need to take that from a failure of a human being like you, director. Look at her angry face. Look at how adorable he is laughing at her. What the fuck? I love this. That seems a bit harsh. Just look at him. Look at the way he's dressed. He claims it's because he can't afford to care for a cat. But who'd wear that to work? What's wrong with it? It's not hurting anyone. I can wear whatever I want. There didn't seem anything wrong with what he's wearing. See? He's utterly and completely indifferent to anyone else's thoughts and opinions. He should be able to wear whatever he wants to work, and you not liking what he wears is none of your damn business. Like, I mean, seriously. Like, if he wants to wear a mini skirt and fucking fishnets, that's his prerogative. And like, you don't have to like it. It may not be appropriate for the workplace, but I'm just saying, if he's walking down the street, you can be like, I don't agree with that, but you don't get the right to say anything. You just gotta let him be like, go girl, rock your bad self. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, add to that his complete tactlessness, and it's no surprise that everyone he meets hates him. Really? Some people do smile at me, you know. Those were just polite smiles that they put on because they didn't want to be as rude as you. Ugh, I still can't believe this man was key to the Prime Minister's attempted assassination case. Attempted assassination? This terrorist incident occurred 2 years ago when the current Prime Minister, Yukihisa Mikuni, was attacked, but not hurt. With the help of... It's Kageyuki. I know what his name is, but it was like when I first brought, I was like, fuck, I haven't said it in a while. Kageyuki Sadaishi, all of Adonis was disbanded. Oh, well, isn't he just amazing? They're after you. Hey, you work for me. That shouldn't be a surprise to you at all. Do you mean the attempted assassination of the Prime Minister 2 years ago? You were involved in that case, Sadaishi? Yeah, you could say that. I kind of played a big part in arresting the guy who did it. What? Really? Wow, so you're actually a pretty amazing officer then. He's like, you say that like you can't figure that out. Like, I love honest opinions. Believe it or not, I do take my job seriously, you know. Aggravatingly enough, yes, an enormous number of cases have been solved thanks to his accurate profiling. She hates him so much. An annoyed frown wrinkled Mukai's face as she said that. I wouldn't be surprised if she was the mole, just because she hates him so fucking much. Like, you know what I mean? I guess for all her insults, she does at least respect Sadaishi's ability. Make that face for too long and it'll get stuck that way, Mukai. That'd be especially bad for someone already as far over the hill as you are. You can keep that opinion to yourself. I cannot understand how I managed to be inferior to this man. It is an utter tragedy. Come on, don't let it eat at you like that. It's just a difference in experience. Oh, and in talent, too. Can't forget that part. Miss Hoshino, did you hear that? This is what he does. All the time. He deliberately undercuts any enthusiasm his people have. He does kind of pour gas on the fire, yeah. True, it does seem a little much. Doesn't it? I wouldn't treat him much differently if he was actually someone I could respect. I would treat him much differently, sorry. Oh, I gotta say I can't see you changing much at all. For me or anyone else. Ugh! Always has to pipe in for the last word. Enough of this. Go somewhere else, director. Yeah. With Sadaishi gone, Mukai turned to me. I think we'll get along splendidly, Miss Hoshino, and I think you might fulfill the requirements to join the coalition. Coalition? Oh, look at her. There's a coalition only the chosen are allowed to join. Oh my, look at the time. I'm sorry, I'm afraid today's poor time for me. We'll talk again some other day. Good night, Miss Hoshino. Oh, good night. The coalition for who hates her Tsuraishi. She's gonna force us to join, and then we're gonna be like, but I'm sleeping with him. As Mukai strode away, I had to wonder if I'd accomplished anything at all by coming here. Well, I guess figuring out what kind of relationship they have is kind of useful. Well, I'll be going too then. Good night, sir. I turned to leave, but for some reason, Sadaishi got up and blocked me. And just because Mukai left doesn't mean you have to, too. But, I don't want to interrupt your work. Oh, that. Don't worry. I'm finished for the day. What I'm interested now is you. Seeing the glint in his eyes, I couldn't stop myself from backing up a step. Oh, I love this. I love it. I love it so much. Shh, Spacey. Stay close to him. Shh. It's okay, Bambi. It's okay. Just let the hunter come for you. But as I stepped backwards, he stepped forward, leaning even closer to me. I'm extremely curious why everyone says that you, of all people, somehow understand Adonis. You don't look the sort at all. Okay. At a glance, you don't seem to have any kind of special talents or abilities. Were I in their shoes, I would have picked someone more useful. Mukai was right. It'd be so much nicer if he thought about what he said first. You look miffed. Did I make you mad? Don't you just want to smack him and then kiss him? Just want to smack him and then kiss him? No. Since I'm working with Yanagi's team now, I'll be stuck interacting with him a lot more. And in that case, I can't let myself get upset at every last little thing he says. I'm sorry, I have to go meet with Yanagi for a planning meeting now. So if you'll excuse me... Really? Why don't I go with you then? You don't mind, do you? Fuck, yes I do. No, I don't. She's like, fuck, I do. And I'm like, no, I don't. Come with me. Hold my hand. Let's skip together. Apparently, I don't have the guts Mukai does. I wasn't able to tell him that I did mind. Fine. Sodaishi's face lit up in a bright smile. I turned so he didn't see me heave a sigh. I do love, though, that she's like, instead of like everyone else, like, I'd be blushing, oh, I'm embarrassed. And she's like, frustrated with him. Just like indicators are out. She's like, ugh, why do you treat me like a dog while she eats the donuts he gives her? It's funny. So, what did you decide to do from this point forward? He asked me that as we walked out of the precinct. I gave him an honest answer. Everyone is already whispering about this, but I think there's an Adonis mole in the precinct. And you suspected it was me, right? Well, can you blame me? I don't know all that much about you. True. We didn't have any reason to interact before, so it's no surprise you don't. hand, given your hypothesis that there's a mole undermining the investigation, what will you do next? Try to figure out who it is. You? By yourself? Don't bother. You'll scrawl all your thoughts across your face far too noticeably. Ugh. Irk. Exactly what you did. Irk. Besides, if someone like you could out them, the mole would have been caught long ago. Yes, okay, I know that. But it's just too weird that the investigation is getting stonewalled so completely. If there's a mole on the force, it makes sense that the investigation would lag behind. Whoever they are may be well inserted, but if I can figure out who they are, that would be a big step towards solving the case. That, and they could only, and they can know where Adonis's hideout is and the details of my collar. I figured I'd start. Oh, she wasn't screaming that at him. It was internal monologue. Whatever. I figured I'd start by investigating those closest to me and work outward from there. I wanted to solve each individual case, but I didn't have the skill or experience to dig up anything on them that others hadn't already. But I said what I could with firm conviction, and strangely, Sadaishi listened quietly. Did I sound too stupid for words, maybe? Wow, you actually have your own will. Huh? I had you pegged for the weak-willed type that just went with the flow. That's not a compliment, is it? I didn't know how to react, hearing that from a person whose specialty was bucking the flow. Anyway, I get that you're determined, but some people just aren't cut out for some things. Hmm, how about we do it this way? You want to make a deal with me? Not really. It's making like a deal with the devil. Do you want my soul? Okay, fine. A deal? I'm currently working on October's case and the connection it has with September's. Now I'm great at at analysis, but I hate stuff with legwork and interrogating witnesses. HQ says the case is closed, so they don't have anyone else on it. I'm getting no new info. Well, the perpetrator in September's case did get arrested. He committed suicide in prison. Of course the case, oh, that's me. Of course the case would be closed after that. But I guess Saraishi wasn't satisfied. Exactly. And that's where you come in. Huh? Your department hears all kinds of complaints from people. You're good at listening, right? I guess you could say that, yes. And that's why I want you on my investigation team as a witness interrogator. In exchange for that, I'll look into who the mole is for you. Well, that isn't such a bad deal, is it? Sadaishi offered his deal with a smile, but I hadn't forgotten that I still suspected him. Well, if you're thinking of turning it down because you still suspect me, don't. Think about it. What can you do on your own? SRCPO doesn't even have direct access to the investigations. Were you just going to eavesdrop? Are you hiding a secret talent for hacking? Do you have an in with the brass? Do you have the slightest idea how many people are on the case? Right now, your main priority should be to ensure your own survival. Do you really have the luxury of worrying about anything else? Not really. Sadaishi's argument washed over me like a tsunami. I couldn't refute anything he said. His oblique reference to my color was a rude reminder of just how deeply I was in trouble myself. The more I try to investigate at the precinct, the greater the chance my color's discovered. The greater the chance that my color's discovered. Not only that, pinpointing the mole would be nearly impossible for someone in my position. Even working carefully would take an eternity. Some people just aren't cut out for it. I was a little okay. I was very uneasy about working with Saraishi, but I realized that beggars can't be choosers. All right, I accept the deal. Really? Great. I was just thinking how to con you into going along with it if you said no, but I guess I don't need to worry about that now. I love his adorable happy face. He's like a goddamn happy Muppet. Oh, and since I'll be helping you, I'll gladly take the opportunity to observe you, too. Just so you know, I'm looking forward to it. Then he looks like that, and it's like, oh god. He's got that evil, sexy look. I love it. He's like devious. He's like, I'm going to eat you alive. I'm okay with that. Knowing that this was all for a chance to observe me made this all make more sense. I just have to accept it, and this is necessary to break the impasse we're stuck in. At least that's what I told myself. As as I walked into the office, Yanagi, Enomoto, and Sasazuka all looked up from their desks. Suraishi, the coin. Matched. Unagi's hypothesis is still holding up so far. Hearing that, the other three looked at each other and nodded. I don't like how they've got the back. Like before when they put the little sprites up. This is weird, but that settles it. Yeah. I knew it. It's just as I thought. He didn't think at all. Stop pretending to be serious. What settled? There's no time to explain everything to you. Have you even decided what you're doing yet? Yes. Sadaishi and I discussed it on our way over here. And so it was decided that I'd join his investigation team. When I finished explaining the deal Sadaishi and I made, the others looked up, surprised. They're like, you're working with him? Me too. Sorry, I kind of decided to keep her to myself. You keep on doing what you're doing, okay? Making deals with that stupid cat. You sure are a weird one, Sadaishi. I love you, Sasuzuka. I love you so fucking much. Hey, I know it's not obvious how I can help yet, but you didn't have to put it that way. What? Are you saying there's something you can actually do and not screw up? You can do you and not screw up. You enjoyed it. You shut up. Right, Sadaishi's my boyfriend now, but I still love you. Takeru, I'll never forget you. So far, he's still my favorite. I mean, Enomoto's path was great, don't get me wrong. But I like the kind of asshole and like... slap some glasses on Sasuzuka and he's 100% the perfect man. In these games, for me. Like, the glasses asshole. But nobody has glasses, so he's the donut asshole. And then we got the cat ear asshole over here, so... Come on, Sasuzuka. She's trembling like a little kitten intimidated by the local boss cat. Don't glare at the poor thing that much. Oh, that's why he likes this new stupid cat. And he's like, I love cats. Weird. I'm not glaring. It's just the way I look. If you have complaints, I'll hear them. Go on. Rail away at me with your insults. It's not fun if you enjoy it. Sasuzuka huffed and looked away. I guess he wasn't interested in the bait. You know what it is? It's not fun if people enjoy it, and Sadaishi enjoys it. You know, Sadaishi, for a guy not interested in people, this comes off as really weird. Well, yes. She herself is just a normal, boring, average girl. But there must be some reason that Adonis put a collar on her. I'm curious. Spending time cooperating with her may give me the insight to figure that out. Don't you think? He would love me then, because I am not average, boring, and normal. I'm fucking weird. Not as weird as him, but weird enough. No, I'm not weird enough to keep his attention. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? But that guy... You'd never... There would be no moment of peace with this type of relationship if he's just injured. You'd be like, I just want to... Can we just literally... I just literally just want to watch Netflix. Can we literally just watch him without, like, this craziness going on? Like, there's no moment of peace. You know those moments where you just want to lay there and you're like, yeah, I'm just doing nothing. Just being a vegetable. There'd be no moment of that because your mind would always be going and you'd always be like, I feel like I'm cracked up right now. Like, I just feel like that's the way it would always be. There'd be no relaxing moments. You'd be like, I feel like I'm always stressed out with you around. Holy crap, guys. Did you just hear that? Saraishi volunteering to cooperate. Is there a pale rider waiting outside? Anybody check on the temperature in hell? Calm down, Enomoto. Sheesh. Even Saraishi can't trigger the apocalypse. Ouch. No restraint. Come on, guys. I do consider myself a member of this group, you know. I love when he looks like that. I love his over-the-shoulder, goddamn gorgeous supermodel look. I can't help it. And that, oh my god, you're so cute. Why are you so adorable? I love him, I can't. You may not think so, but I'm totally giving thought to what needs to be done. Don't worry. I love that all three are like... All three men gave Saraishi pointed stares. Okay, I think I know what the others think of him. While I was thinking that, Yanagi turned his gaze to me. Again, are you sure? Good luck. Dealing with Saraishi isn't easy. You're so sweet. Thank you, sir. Great. Saraishi even bothers Yanagi. I started to regret accepting that deal. Nah, you're going to regret it more as we go. And then you're going to love it. That's what happens. After that, we settled down to discuss our plans. Once that was done, I got up to leave. and for some reason, Sadaishi followed me. Um, do you need something? Nope, just happen to be going in the same direction your place is in. Wait, how do you know where I live? We work in the same building. Finding that out is child's play. I see. Why would you do that, though? I could ask why he bothered to do that. I did, but I wouldn't get an answer, would I? He did have an interest in my color, and it was plainly obvious that he had suspicions about me the way I had suspicions of him. So we walked, Sadaishi sauntering behind me at a distance with a grin on his face. It was awkward. Really awkward. Why are you walking behind me? Just walk next to me, Jesus. Um, you can go ahead if you want. I stepped aside to let him pass. He's like, I like looking at you from behind. I know my ass is fabulous, thank you. Look at how he's like shocked, like, you caught me. Nah, that's okay. I'm in no hurry. Damn it, go ahead of me. You being back there makes it look like I'm being tailed. You're miffed again. Man, you are fun. There's always something to see. Deep breaths. Can't let him take charge. I have to maintain my poker face. Oh, hey, I can see your collar peeking out. Huh? My hands flew to my throat in a panic. Sadaishi's smile widened. Oops, sorry. Must have been my imagination. You're a dick. I love it. Such an asshole. I love it. Disgusted, I started walking again. I upped my pace, but he kept the same exact distance back. Ugh, what is with him? I like how she's so fucking pissed at him. It's gonna make the sex amazing. You're out of breath already. What? Is the speed walking section done now? Even though he just power walked for as long as I had, he wasn't winded in the least. His legs are 4 times longer than yours. I mean, he looks like he's like 6 feet tall. Jesus. If I consider this a deliberate ploy that allowed me to learn Sadaishi has endurance, then this dumb, awkward game of follow the leader wasn't completely pointless, I think. Telling myself that, I looked around us. We were under the tracks. It was dark out. There was no sign of anyone else around. And Sadaishi, he had a knowing grin on his face. This is kind of scary all of a sudden. You know, this is perfect. I think I'll show you. What? It's not going to be what I think it is. He reached under his coat. Afraid of what he might pull out, I froze. It's under his coat. He's not reaching in his pants, so I guess we're okay. But, ta-da! What the fuck? Is it a cat toy? A cat toy? Yep. Oh, what? Did you think I was going to do something weird and creepy to you? I mean, you pulled out a cat toy, so, I mean, the weird part still there. No? Which did you fantasize? Me killing you? Or maybe me doing sexy things to you? I was going for the sexy things. You did whip out a cat toy, so Lord knows what you're going to do with that. Neither! I didn't imagine either of those. Uh-uh. Wait, uh-huh. Oh, well. Number 1, number 2. Here, kitties. That was way too gay. My God, sorry. That came out way too. He's got a little sparkle. He's got a little shiny, but that was like fucking a glitter parade right there. I'm sorry. Tonight called out into the darkness, waving the cat toy. I can't imagine he's like, kitties. I can't wait to hear his actual voice. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's going to be fucking amazing. And it's going to be nothing like the voice I gave him. And like, I'm going to be like, kind of sad. It's going to be like, that's so much better than my voice. And I love it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway. Instantly, a calico and a tabby cat appeared. Oh, I don't see collars on either of them. Are they both strays? Yeah, there's a colony of them around here. These two are some of the oldest. Putting the toy down, he picked up the big calico. Oh my god, did we get a CG of him holding a cat? Oh my god, look at him! Look at the fucking cat! The cute cat, and look at him holding the cat. I can't help it. Oh my god. I love him, he's gorgeous, but he's like holding the kitty. Spacey has fucking mental issues. Anyway. Oh, you're getting heavier, number 1. Look at this big squishy dummy of yours. You were skin and bones when I first found you, too. Got yourself some dignity now, huh? Under the faint light of the moon, Sadaishi talked to the cat, a soft smile on his face. I just want to die. I can't handle this. This isn't his usual knowing smirk. I didn't know he could smile like that. Did you find somebody to feed you? I doubt you could be very nimble when you're this fat. Though he's still as tactless as ever. He's still as tactless as ever. But he's talking to a cat. But his eyes were warm as he looked at them. With all the needling he'd given me, I thought he was a jerk. But this changed my mind. So their names are numbers? That's unusual. Trying to come up with new names is hard, but numbers are easy, and I go up as high as I need. How high have you gone so far? Right now, up to number 37, I think. Oh, but some just had kittens. There are probably lots more than that. That many? Wow, and you can tell them all apart? Of course. Why would I bother naming them if I couldn't tell them apart? That's what I was actually wondering. Like, well, if you name them, you have to try to remember all their names, but I guess he could do that too. You really do love cats, don't you, Suraishi? Yep, I do. Oh, look at how sad he looks. The stray cats live life lazy and free. I bet it would be amazing to live the kind of lives that they do. Though, with that freedom comes the uncertainty of knowing you could die at any time. His smile vanished, making my heart thud. Um, from my standpoint, it seems like you live your life pretty freely as well. He's like, stray cats, he's like, he wants to take them all home. He's like, my poor stray cats! Our house is gonna stink so bad, like pee and shit. And just like cats, because we're gonna have like 500 of them. I do? Oh, good. His smile came back. What did we say to him? I forgot. Oh, you life. He smiled so often that seeing it slide off his face like a shadow was disturbing. Though I admit the sight of the soft look in his eyes in the moonlight was stuck in my head too. I love how the fact that she's already in love with him. I was in love with him from the very beginning, but like the first time we met him, I was like, I love him. I love the crazy cat guy. I think I was in love with him from seeing him on the back of the fucking game case. I was like, the crazy dude with the cat ears. I want that. What is his deal? I love him because he just looked deviant, a little. He's got the sexy evil look on his face, like the sexy little devious. Like, oh, I'm gonna be so nasty. He looked kind of like the asshole, but a little crazy. Ugh, my arms are tired. Number one, you'd make a great dumbbell. Oh, oops, that's right. You're female. Did what I say bug you? Bullseye. I guess you ought to get more exercise then, huh? I couldn't bring myself to break up the quiet mood and ask him uncomfortable questions. Okazaki once talked about smiling even though you're mad. Sadaishi smiles a lot. Then what would make him not smile? Maybe that was his true self on display. Cat grass has been added to materials. Cat grass. Sadaishi is never without this cat toy. Whenever he finds stray cats, he names or numbers them to remember them, and he supposedly knows all the cats in the area. Oh, sorry. Number one was a cat that Tsuraishi first encountered over 10 years ago. That's a long-living stray cat. He dubiously claims that it's the first cat that he befriended. I feel much better now. Well then, I guess I'll be going home. Oh, okay. I completely missed my chance to escape. Instead, I'd watch Tsuraishi play with cats. That's because it's bewitching and he's beautiful. The cats, that's why he came out here. Feeling bad for thinking he had followed me with some underhanded plot in mind, I turned to face him properly. Good night, sir. Good night. Oh, one thing. The streets are dangerous at night. Be real careful. You're kind of a dick for not walking me home, like Okazaki walks me home. His words seemed full of ulterior meanings, and his usual smirk was back. Suddenly scared for no reason, I cut my goodbye short and started running. I couldn't bring myself to look back. He likes torturing us. I ran all the way home, till I reached my door and came to an exhausted halt. What did he mean when he said to be careful? Was it a threat? Or was he teasing again? He was probably giving you an actual warning. Jeez, Sadaishi is so hard to understand. And starting tomorrow, I'd see him lots more. I'll never last if I let him get to me like this. I have to start dodging him. Oh. Did you see how fast she ran? It's like she was a shy little stray kitty. Come to think of it, you ran away when you first saw me too, number one. You just turned and ran. You were skinny back then, so you were really fast. I've never seen a live cat before. I'd never seen a live cat before, and I really wanted to touch one. So I tried chasing you. Yes? Anyway. Oh, interesting. It's been 3 months since the weapon law was repealed. So far, nothing has changed. Nope. That's still within our predictions, though. You half expected that outcome, right? True. But it's true we're running out of time. At this rate, X-Day will arrive. How is she? Now that you've observed her, what are your thoughts? She's a totally normal girl. I don't see any sign of her sympathizing with Adonis at all. Possibility she's deceiving you? Almost zero. She lets everything show in her expressions. Then why was she chosen? So this is someone in the police force that obviously knows about our caller, that we don't know knows about our caller. And yeah. Who knows? I'll look into that since I have the time. You go back to worrying about your own job. Do you think I can do it? I think you're the only one who can. True. I suppose I'll have to make my decision soon. I wish I could be like you and just discard everything unnecessary. Oh, do you have any logical reason why you can't just do that? Please let me know when she makes a move. Shutting me down that quickly, huh? We've known each other for how long now? Yet you still won't tell me anything at all. Still. Be like me, huh? He has a point. I wouldn't be agonizing over this like he is. Though, I do want to support him. The world he wants to create. That sounds ominous and terrible. The world he wants to create. He's not on Adonis' side, is he? Oh, God. I don't know. He could be talking to someone in the police force. He could be talking to Adonis. You don't know, but it's like, because they leave it so open-ended, like, well, he could just be talking to someone in the police force, or he could, but like, why do they think she's a sympathizer with Adonis, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but then he says the world he wants to create. It almost sounds like he's talking to someone in Adonis, but then why would they be asking about her collar? Like, they don't, you know what I mean? It sounds, I'm leaning more toward it's probably someone in the police force that knows about her collar, blah, 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 like Minagishi or, you know, what's his name? The other guy. And he's not, you know what I mean? But he said the world he wants to create, like they want to do something better, but not in the Adonis sense. So anyway, a restricted number. Hello. What? The world he wants. Sorry, but I don't think I can help him make it. I have my own job to do. Wait, what? What just happened to Sadaishi? He was just thinking that like, oh, help him create the world he wants. And then all of a sudden he gets the block number, and then he's like, the world he wants, I can't help him create it. That's weird. Anyway, X-Day incident, report for September, October. Sorry. Have you ever felt that the world has no need of you? Your birth was a mistake. Existence is meaningless. There's no hope. Who created such a world? Who's truly unnecessary? Adonis will mete out justice to the people who delight in creating such despair. Countdown to X-Day 4. Yeah. September 7th. A video titled Countdown to X-Day was uploaded to the internet. The visual depicted Adonis's coin displaying the Roman numeral 4. That same day, Ken Hachisuka, who lived alone, was found hanged to death in his apartment by his significant other. Right. Though it looked like a suicide, the police investigated and discovered it was a homicide. Only a Roman numeral was discovered at the scene, not the coin. The police firmly believed this to be another X-Day killing and investigated. It was discovered that another man visited the apartment on the day of the murder. The visitor's name was Yuki Tsunamori. 10 years prior, he had attended the same free school as the victim. The two knew each other. Fingerprints at the scene matched Tsunemori's, and the police brought him in as a suspect. When interrogated, Tsunemori declared himself a chosen one, and a coin matching the ones left by Adonis was found in his possession. Upon further analysis, the coin was found to be identical to previous X-Day incident coins. The police, with this evidence in hand, arrested Tsunemori and closed the case. I am, she is, he is, not needed in this world. I wasn't allowed to wish for happiness. From the very moment that I was born, I was unnecessary. Thus, we will discard everything. We will break those who create sorrow. Countdown to X Day 3. October 7th. A video titled Countdown to X Day was uploaded to the internet. The visual depicted the familiar coin of Adonis with the Roman numeral 3. Though identical to the prior video, Tsunemori was in prison and couldn't have uploaded it. Not only that, there were no incidents or unusual deaths reported on that day. However, a day later, Tsunemori was found dead in his cell. He had hung himself. The one lead in the X-Day incident case was now gone. The truth vanished into the darkness. Everyone, at one time or another, wishes to acquire and use power to rule over the weak. At first glance, these rulers seem evil. But on closer inspection, are they really? Imposing rules creates order. Order allows for the birth of salvation. Somebody has to do it, no matter how much sorrow it may cause, no matter how much grief they must bear. Somebody has to do it. Excessive love can become a dangerous weapon. This is doubly true for delusional love. A terrified woman is threatened nightly, yet the police pretend that nothing is wrong. Adonis will swiftly let fall the hammer of judgment for all women who have been abused. We're way over time. X Day, the rebirth will occur in 23 days. Okay, now we can end. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.